Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. If you've always felt like Jimin and Jungkook's relationship has always seemed warm, close, and seemingly unchanging, then this topic might be one that's left ARMYs speechless. Because lately, many fans have begun to wonder, has something changed between them? Do all the sweet interactions we've seen still have the same meaning? Or is there something else hidden? Recently, the Goodbye Jikook narrative has suddenly become a hot topic. Not because of any big announcements or dramatic statements, but rather because of the small things that feel different. Some fans feel Jimin and Jungkook's interactions aren't as intense as they used to be. Some say their vibe has changed, while others highlight the way Jimin speaks or acts when Jungkook's name comes up. And from there, theories have begun to emerge. For many ARMYs, Jimin and Jungkook are more than just two close BTS members. They have a chemistry that's hard to describe in a single word. There's a sense of comfort, caring, and a dynamic that feels very natural. From brief glances, small jokes, to behind-the-scenes moments, everything often makes fans feel like their relationship is truly special in its own way. That's why even the smallest changes immediately feel huge in their eyes. Interestingly, Jimin's much-talked-about confession wasn't actually a direct statement like, "This is what really happened between Jungkook and me." Instead, what excited fans were the more subtle details. Jimin's expression, his tone of voice, or the context in which he mentioned Jungkook. Sometimes a single, brief answer can spark thousands of theories. Sometimes even a seemingly different smile can be interpreted as holding a hidden meaning. But at this point, there's one important thing we must remember. The relationship between the BTS members is never as simple as it appears on camera. They've been together for years, going through trainee days, debuts, industry pressures, world tours, criticism, exhaustion, and extraordinary achievements that haven't been easy to achieve. The closeness that has formed between them clearly can't be measured simply by how often they sit side by side on camera or how much skinship they display in public. It could be that what some fans perceive as distance is actually just the natural changes of two people growing together. Jungkook is no longer the young magne who expressed everything spontaneously like he once was. Jimin, too, is no longer the one who let all his emotions be read in front of the camera. They're both evolving, both as artists and as individuals. The way they show affection, the way they maintain relationships, and even the way they choose what to share with the public can certainly change over time. However, because Jimin and Jungkook's relationship has become so ingrained in the hearts of many ARMYs, even the smallest changes feel huge. Fans not only enjoy their moments together, but also feel like they're growing along with the dynamic. We've all seen how Jimin has his own way of caring for Jungkook, and how Jungkook seems so comfortable around him. Their interactions are often tender, playful, sometimes emotional, and often don't require many words to convey the strength of their bond. So the question is Jimin really revealing what's really going on with Jungkook? Or are we, as viewers, being too quick to attach meaning to every little detail? It's an honest question to ask, because fandoms often build grand narratives from fragments of moments. But those narratives aren't necessarily entirely accurate. It's possible Jimin is simply speaking in a more mature way. Perhaps he wants to show that the relationships between the members do change over time, not worsening, but adapting to each member's life stages. It's also possible that Jimin is trying to preserve something very precious, not because of any conflict, but because the relationship is too important to be constantly speculated about. And this is where the word goodbye feels so emotional. It sounds final, like a major goodbye, like something fans once loved is truly over. But that's not necessarily the case. Goodbye Jikook could simply be an overreaction to fans' fear of change. Sometimes it's not the relationship that changes drastically, but rather the audience's expectations, which aren't ready to accept that the people we follow also grow and change.
Oh, period. Hey, okay.
Keep swimming.
Can I open it right here?
Yeah, of course.
It's like speed break. 너무 졸리고 그러니까 중간에 10분 자고 20분 자고 이런 거. 그게 영향이 큰 거야.
낮잠 안 자는 게 좋아요.
그게 좀 많이.
In hindsight, one of the reasons Jimin and Jungkook's chemistry has felt so strong all this time is because their relationship never seems forced. There are times when they're very expressive, and then there are times when they're more subdued. There are times when they look very playful. There are also moments where their interactions are smaller, quieter, but still feel warm. And perhaps what we're seeing now is just another phase of that relationship. Many longtime ARMYs actually understand this. They know the relationship between the BTS members is always fluid. Sometimes it's clear on the surface, sometimes it's quieter, but it doesn't mean it's gone. So if we look at Jimin and Jungkook from that perspective, then what's really going on might not be the big drama the internet makes it out to be, but rather something much more human. Two people who are incredibly close, have been through a lot together, and are now expressing their relationship in a different way than before. Of course, the speculation won't stop. As long as there are video clips, interview snippets, or stage moments to analyze, the fandom will continue to stir. There will always be those who feel Jimin is giving hints. There will always be those who believe Jungkook is hiding something. There will always be those who read distance as conflict, or silence as a sign of major change. But amidst all of this, perhaps the most important thing we need to remember is one simple thing. We're looking at them from the outside. We're only witnessing a small slice of a life and relationship that's much bigger than what's presented to the public. So, is this really goodbye Jikook? Or is it just a new chapter we haven't fully grasped yet? Is Jimin revealing something big about Jungkook? Or is he simply showing that real relationships don't always have to look the same at every stage of life? One thing is for sure, Jimin and Jungkook will always hold a special place in the hearts of fans. And perhaps for now, instead of rushing to say goodbye, it's better to take a more sober look, because if there's one thing BTS has taught us over the years, it's that genuine relationships don't crumble just because of public assumptions. Perhaps what we're seeing now is just another side of Jimin and Jungkook. More mature, more cautious, more difficult to read, but still just as valuable. Now I want to know your thoughts. Do you think this goodbye Jikook narrative is just an exaggeration? Or do you also feel that something has changed between Jimin and Jungkook? And if Jimin does finally reveal what really happened, is it a sign of separation? Or proof that their relationship has progressed to a deeper, more mature level? Let us know what you think in the comments, because I'm sure this topic will spark many different perspectives from ARMYs around the world. If you enjoy discussions like this, which delve deeper into rumors, emotional moments, and the dynamics of the BTS members, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Thank you for watching until the end. Thank you for joining the discussion with a cool head and an open heart. And as always, see you in the next video. Bye ARMY.